Hello, Starshine, and welcome to Beauvais Crochet. I'm so glad you're here. So we're just going to do a quick wind. This is the yarn I initially tried to use for the mittens I made for my husband. All right, it is time for our weekly whips. First, a project that I actually finished. I finished my husband's mittens. Here's the left one. All done. Here's the right one. There we go. And like I had mentioned, this one has a little pop open thumb. So you can tap on his phone screen without getting too cold. There, tucks his thumb right back in. I did make some fleece liners for these, but when my husband tried them on, he decided they were not necessary. So these are unlined, which works well enough for me. It saves me a few steps. So these are finished. These are no longer a whip because they are done. Yay! Next up is a project I did not foresee. I have a friend who's going through a lot right now, and she wanted to come over and crochet and asked me to make her a dumpster fire. I'm sure you've seen the pattern floating around. I got 3 of the pieces done so far. I believe this is the front. I think this is the bottom, and I believe this is the back. I could be wrong, obviously. Maybe it was like that. That's the 3 pieces I've made so far, and I started the next piece and realized that all of these were off by 1 row. So I have yet to decide if I start over or just do the mental math to keep going. But that is a dumpster fire I'm making for a friend of mine. Hopefully I'll get that knocked out in the next couple days and not get too distracted. Now, if you follow me here on YouTube, you may have seen this project already since it was in a short I made last week. We've got our yarn holder here. I love this thing. Took it skiing with me, took it to the rec center to exercise, took it in the car. Works great. This is what I'm working on with it right now. This is another one like the mitten where I don't have a pattern and I'm just trying to make something happen. So I've seen a lot of, I guess I'll call it a shrug, where it goes from one arm around the whole body and then out the other arm. I've seen it mostly knit, so there's not a whole ton of crochet patterns for it, so I am just making this up as I go. Did just single crochet ribbing here, and this is just a grit stitch. So that's what we've got with that so far. If you saw me skiing, I was about this far, so we've made some decent progress, but considering the fact that this needs to go all the way around my arm, around my body, and down the other arm, I've got a ways to go, and this will likely be a long-term project. But I'm really enjoying the thumb hole so far. All right, now this is another new project. If the nose is on here, it would be a little more clear what it is, but this is, I believe the pattern is called Mini Sausage Dog. I'm a pattern tester for this one. It needs to be done Saturday. We've got the head, we've got the body. Now we got to do the neck, the legs, the tail, the ears. So that is due Saturday. So this guy will definitely be done by next Wednesday's whip. I've got a little bit of this fuzzy yarn that I want to do the ears in, but this pattern test is specifically for velvet yarn, so I couldn't resist applying. I love me some velvet, but I'm thinking once I'm done with this test, either I'll convert this little doggo into Liberty from Paw Patrol. It's the birthday party of one of my daughter's friends next weekend. I will either convert this into Liberty or I will make a second one so I can customize it a little more. But so far, so cute. I'm loving it. I can picture it. I don't know if you can, but little black nose, little fluffy ears. I think it's going to be adorable. So that will be done on Saturday. So we'll have her to share with you as a finished product next week. So there is one other project that I was hoping to start this week, and I've decided that life is too hectic and now is not the time. But here is my yarn ball that I was trying to start this project with. I don't know if you can get the scale, but my goodness, this is the more than a pound ball, and it's just massive. And I have great plans for this. There's a sampler blanket that I'm really excited to make. I have 4 different colored skeins, and it's going to be fantastic. I'm hoping you'll come along on that journey with me, but we're not starting it just yet. And that is all the progress I've made this week. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next week.
Thanks for hanging out.